Hey everyone, this is Steven SwampDog here, and I just got back from seeing Marvel's The Thunderbolts. Now, before we continue, I am going to say, spoilers! Very big spoilers. If you do not want the movie spoiled for you, do not pass go. Do not collect spoilers. Alright, I'm giving you a chance to click off the video. Alright, chance is gone. Here we go. So, I just got back from seeing The Thunderbolts, and I've gotta say, it was a lot better than I expected. After the long list of miss after miss, I gotta say, this one, it's no masterpiece. It is no masterpiece whatsoever. But it was actually pretty good. It was pretty good. But let me go into detail. Now, the film revolves around Yelena Belovia, Bob, Ghost, John Walker, Red Guardian, and Bucky. Oh, and Taskmaster's also there. Now, here's what kind of happens. Basically, all of them are kind of in a funk. Like, they are all at their lowest of the lowest. And Yelena feels like she has no purpose. And she's been doing missions for Miss Fontaine. You might recognize her. She's been making cameos across several Marvel properties. For what reason, I can't figure out for the life of me. Now, basically, Yelena's supposed to do one last mission because she feels like she has no purpose. And she's supposed to be wiping up basically some bad dirt that Fontaine once kept hidden so she doesn't get impeached, because apparently she's the head of the CIA. Okay. And basically, she gets lured to this secret building where several other people appear, and it turns out they've all been working for Fontaine at some point, and they were all sent to kill each other and also to be killed. And, oh boy. Right off the bat, here's a big problem. So, while they're all trying to kill each other, Taskmaster dies. No joke, Taskmaster somehow gets gained up on and shot in the head. The polymath villain. And I'm sorry, I'm going to call it out. It's lazy writing. It is completely lazy writing. If you're going to kill off a character, you gotta give a good reason for it, in my opinion. You got to actually do the work. Imagine if Boba Fett died 5 minutes after we met him, and that's basically what they did with Taskmaster. And let me tell you, as a very huge fan of Taskmaster in the comics, it kills me that they weren't even gonna try and give Taskmaster a personality. Yeah, I know Taskmaster's a dude in the comics, but to be honest, I'm not against the idea of a female Taskmaster. I just care if the character has the personality. And they didn't even try. Now, it may sound like I hate the movie. And I don't, honestly. It's actually one of the better Marvel movies we have had in years. Like, literal years. Like, here's how I'm going to kind of do this. I'm going to go through my dislikes first. Another thing I don't like is John Walker. They go out of their way to make him the most unlikable guy possible. And really, they just made me end up feeling sorry for him. And let's be honest, the reason they're trying to make him as unlikable as possible is because people leapt to his defense for his character in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Because, I'm going to be honest, John Walker did nothing wrong when he killed that bad guy. That bad guy killed his best friend and was a terrorist. Read my lips, terrorist. But in the movie, they say, oh, John Walker killed an innocent man. I'm sorry, what? Didn't that guy assist in the murder of his mission partner? But sure. Innocent man. And, oh boy. They really want us to dislike him, and honestly, they just made me feel sorry for the poor guy. Another thing I didn't like. Fontaine. I don't understand the purpose of her character. Like, a lot of people just are saying that, oh, she's supposed to be like a female Nick Fury, but I don't even see that either. If anything, it feels like they want her to be kind of like Moriarty when he was assembling the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. That's the closest thing I can compare it. And yes, I know, very obscure reference. But, like, I'm not really sure what they were going for with her. They kind of made her an extroverted Waller from Suicide Squad. Like, imagine Amanda Waller as an extrovert, and if she was also supposed to be your kind of drunken wine aunt. I mean, I'll give her credit. She does really good with the material she's given. And I do find her entertaining. But another part of me was just really hoping they were going to get rid of her. Like, just really hoping. But I'll give credit. I kind of like what they do with her at the end. And I'll get to that soon. Now, she has an assistant named Mel. Bucky is trying to uncover Fontaine's crimes and hopefully get her impeached, since Bucky's a congressman. I'm still confused how he can't be worthy of being Captain America, but he can be worthy of being a congressman. Huh. He tries to get Fontaine's assistant Mel to help out, and throughout the movie they kind of try to give Mel something, but they don't really complete her arc. Sadly. Like, I was really rooting for this movie a little bit. The more I got into it, and it does a lot of good. It really does. Sadly, there's just a few pacing issues. And the ending kind of becomes pretty abrupt. Like, I'd say the movie ends a few minutes after the villain's defeated. But, like, it has a lot of good. In my opinion, the biggest thing that sold the movie for me was Florence Pugh as Yelena and Lewis Pullman as Robert, or Bob as they affectionately call him throughout the film. They really go out of their way to try and sell the film. And it's really a shame it isn't better than what it is. Like, it's a good film. Like, I actually have to say, I really like the final act. It hit a little close to home, I'm not gonna lie. And it's a lot better than a lot of the final acts in other Marvel films have been. Which, I mean, yeah, I'll be honest, that's not hard to beat. But I really liked the ending of this one. That is the ending battle. The ending itself, I think, needed a little more space to breathe. But, like, Bob was a really good character. Bucky got a little bit more to do. That was really nice to see. I liked the message about, because, like, I can kind of relate to that solitary depression. Those negative feelings. I really like what they did with the Void. It was surprisingly accurate a lot of the time to the character in the comics. Though I'll admit, it's been years since I've read a lot of the comics, but from what I remember, it seemed pretty accurate. And I was surprised to see that the Sentry does get his costume. That was really cool to see. Red Guardian is a lot better in this movie. I really like him as a father to Yelena in this one over his character in Black Widow. Like, in Black Widow, I was kind of hoping they were just going to get rid of Red Guardian or kill him off. Like, I don't know why. I kept thinking Taskmaster was going to kill him at some point. In this film, he's a lot better. They tone back a lot of the comedy. They give him some funny scenes, though. But they tone it back. Except for one gag post-credits scene that's just kind of cringy. But for most of the film, he's actually a good character. I like what they did with him. I liked his enthusiasm of trying to get the others to all be a team. And that's another thing. They do something creative with the Thunderbolts name. Like, one thing that baffled me to death about the film is, aren't the Thunderbolts supposed to be named after Ross? Like, how are they going to do that when they can't, when Ross has, like, nothing to do with the film? And thankfully, they actually come up with a pretty creative idea that I actually liked. The action was pretty good. Bucky gets a really good scene where he takes out several of these cars. The music Sentry gets some really good music at one point. When he's discovering his powers. Sentry is Bob, in case anyone's confused. And trust me, by the end of the movie, you will know his name is Bob. They remind you that his name is Bob, I think, almost every 5 seconds. It's a gag that could have gotten annoying, but somehow it stayed weirdly endearing enough where I really enjoyed it. Like, Bob and Yelena are the best characters of the film. And there were certain visuals I liked. Like, you've probably seen it in the trailers, people being flattened into shadows. I like to call it the flattening. But let me tell you, in the movie, it looks better than it did in the trailers. And it's really good when it happens in the movie. Like, the entire use of his powers and the way they work, it's really good. And the way he gets the villain named Void, once again, I really liked it. And the way his powers interact with the other Thunderbolts, I wish the film went on a bit longer. So, like, in the film, his powers, they can trap you in basically this, like, as they called it, I believe they called it a shame room, where it's, like, your innermost shame and depression and just horrible memories. And we get to see Yelena's, and we get a glimpse into John Walker's. And they do something really good with that with John Walker when they're still trapped in the base. But sadly, when the rest of the Thunderbolts go in to rescue Yelena, we don't get to see the rest of their shame rooms. I really, really wish that the film actually let us see each of their shame rooms. But the ending where John is battling his void personality... I mean, not John, sorry, Bob. Don't know why I said John. It's a really good scene. Now, I know a lot of people are saying that it is the most lackluster message about mental health that Marvel's ever done. And trust me, I don't forgive Marvel any of their transgressions against good writing. But, like, I can compliment the movie itself when it does something right. And it did a lot of things right. And honestly, it's the first time I've given a darn about Marvel characters in a long time. Like, I'll be honest, I don't care at all about Sam, Captain America, and Doomsday. Like, I'm sure Doomsday's going to be a wreck. Like, I don't give a darn about Sam. I don't give a darn about Thor anymore after they wrecked him. I don't give a darn about Miss Marvel. I do care about Kate Bishop's character because she's actually a character they got right. But, like, Doctor Strange, no. Just, like, pretty much the only ones I'm actually going to really care about are Hawkeye, that being Kate Bishop, the Thunderbolts, Star-Lord if he's in it, Spider-Man if he's there, which I don't think he's going to be in this one, and Wolverine if he comes back, because I really liked him. I really liked Hugh Jackman's Wolverine performance in Deadpool and Wolverine, and if we get more of that character, I'll be glad for that, if they don't wreck it. But, like, it's like Marvel's so close to getting this right. They were very close with this one, and I really think that this movie is one of their better films. Like, it's a movie where I could see myself watching it again. And that's saying a lot, because a lot of Marvel films that have come out after Endgame, I don't watch very often. I think the one I've watched the most often is Deadpool and Wolverine, because that movie was really, really good. But for Thunderbolts, it's very close. It's not Shang-Chi level good. It's very close to it. And I hold Shang-Chi in high regard because it did what the rest of the movies should have done, and that is introduce a new character, give them their story, you know, what Phase 1 did with their Avengers. It's what they should have done. I think if they can keep going with films like Thunderbolts and improve upon their writing, I think there's a small chance Marvel could be saved. I hope so. Now, the post-credit scenes. The first one is a cringy gag with the Thunderbolts officially now have their faces plastered on merchandise thanks to them blackmailing Fontaine. Basically, Fontaine bought Avengers Tower, and that's where she's been making her new base. And she gives it to the Thunderbolts after she dubs them the new Avengers. Which is why the asterisk is there. Because, temporary title. It's because they're the new Avengers. And so they blackmail her into basically funding them in return of them not impeaching her. Which, I gotta admit, I kind of like the idea of that dynamic. I think that's very creative. It's a unique idea. I'm not against that. That's kind of cool. The second post-credit scene is a hint for Fantastic Four. The Thunderbolts are all gathered up in their tower. Their costumes look different. Currently, Bucky and Yelena are talking about Sam Wilson, who's suing them for using the new Avengers as their title. And strangely enough, it seems like Marvel's kind of leaning into Sam Wilson being an arrogant, which is so weird to me. Like, here's my thing. Ever since Falcon and the Winter Soldier, he's not been Sam Wilson. Not the Sam Wilson I knew. Like, he's just become blank slate hero character who's kind of a jerk when you think about it. And they seem to have, either it's by accident or on purpose, they made Sam a big asshole in terms of he's suing them for being called the new Avengers. Which is wild to me since he couldn't even be bothered to start his own team. Like, Falcon was given Cap Shield in Endgame, and I was happy for that. I think that was a great idea. And then Falcon and the Winter Soldier came out, and they made Sam insufferable. And then Captain America, Brave New World came out. And they made him a cookie-cutter hero with almost no personality. And it's like, if he's not even forming his own Avengers, why sue them over it? Is it because they all used to be criminals? Bucky's on the team, and last I checked, Sam and Bucky are supposed to be friends. And yet Bucky says, oh yeah, we talked, it didn't go well. It's like, excuse me? What's Sam's right to the Avengers title? Just because he's the new Captain America does not mean he owns the Avengers. Like, that seemed really odd to me. Anyway, the post-credit scene continues. They get, like, a red alert that something from space is entering Earth's atmosphere. They get a satellite image, and it is a rocket, and the rocket slowly turns, and oh my goodness, it's a giant blue 4 on it. Well, that means who's coming to Earth? It's the X-Men. No, I'm kidding. It's the Fantastic Four. But I'll give credit. This film has many flaws, but it's not the worst. And I would actually be comfortable saying it's a good film. I would give it a B. With S being the highest, like S is spectacular, A is awesome, B is, this is pretty good. I would give it a B. Now, whether Marvel can somehow salvage what's left of the franchise, good luck. I'm willing to give Fantastic Four a chance now after having seen this. I don't think Marvel's back. I think people who immediately keep saying, oh, Marvel's so back, that's insane. Like, no, they're not back. Like, that, it's a fluke when it happens most of the time. But I think this was a step in the right direction. So hopefully Marvel doesn't mess it up. Anyway, this has been Steven SwampDog Reviews, and I'm going to try and review more films, because honestly, there's a lot of films I want to talk about. So keep an eye out for future content. And also keep an eye out for other of my content, such as my movie pitch ideas and my animatics. Anywho, I hope y'all are having a lovely year, and let's hope for more good Marvel films.